¿Qué pasó aquí?
Y
Sorry.
mira el infinito.
Estamos
Ya
bien.
somos en vivo. Hoy día es el 7 de julio. Yo soy Ron Matter de Planeta.com y estoy aquí con Patricio Gaibor y Enrique Cabanilla, los amigos de Sudamérica. Saludos y buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes,
Aló,
hola Ron, ¿cómo
saludos.
estás?
¿Qué tal, Ron? ¿Cómo estás? Igualmente, mucho
Enrique,
tiempo sin saber.
háblanos, ¿no? Enrique, háblanos, ¿dónde estás tú?
Estoy en Argentina, desde el país que está emocionado con el Mundial ahora.
Uno de los sobrevivientes.
Uno de los sobrevivientes, sí.
Y
Aquí
Pat-
todavía el ambiente es fiesta y fútbol.
uh, y Patricio, ¿cómo es la gran tristeza ya de Ecuador?
Bueno, sí, un poco de tristeza. Creo que la gente en el país esperaba un poco más de lo que Ecuador podría haber hecho en el Mundial, aunque creo que la gente está satisfecha en el último partido con Francia, que pensábamos que ese monstruo nos iba a comer, pero no fue tan monstruo. Pero igual hay un poquito de decepción, un sabor un poco agridulce de lo que nos dejó la Copa, pero el ambiente del Mundial se mantiene, digamos. La gente todavía quiere ver unos partidos que han sido muy interesantes, mucha pasión, goles en los últimos minutos, tiempos extendidos, mucho estrés, y creo que eso todavía va a continuar en los próximos, en las semifinales y final seguramente.
¿Siguen buenos horarios para conducir su coche en Quito cuando hay partidos?
Sí,
Excelente. Pues, Patricio, avísanos un poco.
y a las de
¿Cómo?
Quito en mucho tiempo.
Excelente, excelente. Patricio, estaba
¿Aló?
preguntando a ti ofrecernos un tour virtual de Quito o de website de Quito, Ecuador. ¿Podría mostrarnos tu pantalla?
Sí, claro que sí. Bueno, mientras les comparto la pantalla, les voy a
And we've
mencionar
lost your
que
volume. No estamos
nosotros,
escuchándote.
aló, 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 aló,
¿Aló, sí?
Aló.
Hola.
Ah,
aló.
hacer clic otra vez de compartir pantalla y cuando decide cuál pantalla, no eso es, ya estamos.
Okay, perdón. Sorry for the people that is looking my screen, but okay, this is the new website from the city of Quito, quito.com.ec. We start to design a new website by the end of 2013 when we start thinking about what kind of improvements we need to do to our website. So we're thinking in two basic facts. The first fact is that now the people who like to travel wants to be involved in, in all the decisions and all the parts that you take to travel. So our idea is to make the website in a collaborative way more accessible to the people. The other fact is that we would like to do the website more simple for them, more simple to browse and to navigate. So that's why we changed our website. Now, if you can see the website, we only have like 7 main menus on the top, where you can go from first to the city, general information about the city. Let me put the website in English first.
Thank
Um,
you.
okay, sorry. We are still doing things on the English version, but now the whole website is completely in Spanish. But now, in order to show the people how we are doing the things here, we are going to show some of the main features of the new website. We have the home area, a landing page where you have a big banner of the city. We just put some demonstrative images of the Quito and surroundings. So we would like to engage the people in the first sign that they have of the website with the city. So we have the main features: the old town, the mountains, the nature, in the first section. Then in the top of the website we have all the social media options where the people can integrate with Facebook, with Flickr, with Instagram, with Twitter, and with YouTube. Then we have a new...
Wait. Patricio, 1 second. Slow down just a little bit. This is wonderful.
Yes.
Go back to the social websites. You say you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram.
Twitter.
Can you show any of those channels?
Yes, of course. When you click on one of those icons on the top, you are going to see our social media sites. For example, now I'm going to show you the Twitter account. It sometimes, I don't know, you have some communication issues here. Let me explain to the people, but I am in a Wi-Fi connection right now, so that's why it's a little bit slow. Let me try the Facebook if the Twitter is no. Okay. Here you're going to have our Facebook page, so I have a directly connection with that, so the people can also, at the same time what is looking our website, can look our fan page in Twitter and in the main social media pages. So we have a lot of content integrate in this fan page, and you can share things from the website to the fan page, or from the fan page to the website.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Let me ask you, how do you keep, and I know you would have some insights, how do you compare the different social web channels? What sort of engagement do you have between Facebook and Twitter and Flickr and Instagram?
Okay, that's a good question. Basically, according our strategy, we have defined that the Facebook, for example, it's more for people that want to share information in general, or want to share an experience. That could be the right word. But for instance, the Twitter, for example, website, that's more for people who wants to let some other people know about a new or or an update or a website, some very briefly information about what's happening in Quito right now. That is a main difference between our Facebook page and the Twitter account. The Instagram, that's of course is very useful for us, because we can know the people that is sharing photographs about that through our. What else? The Flickr account. We have a Flickr account, and this is very interesting because first we designed this Flickr account to have photographs to be downloaded by customers or by travel agency or by journalists and use it in their work. But now what we have seen that there is a lot of people that is sharing things between Flickrs, their Flickrs with our Flickr accounts. So that is very interesting now. And finally, the YouTube channel, which is has the most of the information of our videos and media that we have. In a big difference.
Patricio, did we lose you?
connection.
Enrique, can you hear Patricio?
Yeah, no, not. I think something happened to him.
Hmm. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get Patricio back. Darn it. uh, Enrique, I want to talk to you about the social web channels and Quito. I look at them all, and I'm inspired by how I've always been inspired by how much Ecuador and Quito in particular have adopted the internet to show off and tell people about what's happening. What are you seeing on the social web channels, the Flickr, the Facebook, the Instagram? And what would you recommend to people who are interested?
Well, I think that there's a lot of pretty stuff there. I like from all the things that Patricia's showing us. There's a lot of photography. There are very nice videos. Actually, I think there's a lot of material that can be useful not only for tourists but also for travel agencies that are trading Quito as a tourist product on the trade. There's a lot of information that can help you selling the product.
Patricio, can you hear us? Can we hear you?
Yes. I just got away for a moment. I didn't know what happened.
Okay.
So I don't know what was the last part that
well, we were
that
looking
you
at
hear from me.
We were just looking at the Flickr channel, and you were just about to mention something about YouTube.
Okay, I just prepared this short presentation about the main feature of the website. I would like to show you. I hope the rest of the people will see this. It's just a brief of okay. That was a short brief of the our website. And the main feature that we have now, it's for example in the design. We designed the website in blocks, so it's more easy to have more. Everything is more organized, so that people can find the blocks and navigate into the website in a easier way. Besides, we have this new responsive design. What does mean? That this website can be navigated through tablets and and smartphones. Something very important for us now, because since our analytics, the 56% of the people that is getting into our website, they are navigating with a smartphone, which means that in the case of Quito, our strategy has to be more mobile in the future. More people are using our website from smartphones. So that's why we decide to do this responsive design. The other main feature that we have is this smart browser. That means that the people can do like smart findings or smart research of the website. I am trying to show you a little bit more of the website. Just a moment, please. I don't know. You can see my desktop.
See your beautiful desktop, yes.
Okay, let me show. Okay, this is the website. Okay, you have this very a smart browser. You can put something like I don't know, nature, the word nature. You have different options. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a different options related to the word nature. So the people can be very close to an option. For example, this an option in close to Quito called Mashpi Lodge or Mashpi Pachijal Reserve. So this is a smart browser helps you to make your research shorter than used to be in the past. Then we have also the agenda. The agenda Quito is a very useful information. You always are going to have the agenda by
Now,
the end.
slow down a little bit and show us where do we find the agenda?
Okay.
An agenda being calendar, right?
It's a calendar. Yeah, it's a lot of it's all the activities that we have in Quito during 1 week before today and 1 week after today. So the people website is not for the people that is planning a trip to Quito. It's for the people that also are already here in Quito and probably in a smartphone is trying to get some information. So what we have in the agenda, it's a lot of activities in museums or let me check. Let's check if in Spanish is plenty. Right now it's okay. Let me. It's trying to find an activity, an important activity. Here in the agenda, you can see down at the bottom of the website all the activities that are coming in these days, and the people can see what happened in Quito during these days. You can choose opera, or you can choose a museum, or theater, or any concert that happened in Quito during this week. What else? We have the travel planner, which is very interesting. It's on the top of the website. You are going to see like a briefcase on the top that says my plan. You can choose from the whole website some activities, point of interest, museums, whatever, and you can add these kind of activities or places into your briefcase. So you can put it together as a kind of shopping area, and then you have like a lot of an option that you can download it into your smartphone. You can share with email, or you can share with a social network. So let's see, for example, El Panecillo, a traditional hill in Quito. You are going to see on the top of the place a word called My Plan or Mi Plan. Then you have the plus icon. You put it there, and you can add that place in a date. So probably if you don't have the exact days, you can choose, I don't know the date, and then you can add to my destination, and then that is going directly to your plan, your suitcase. That's in your plan, and on the top now is in your plan. You can see here is one area, and then you can download it in a PDF. You can print it. You can send with an email or share with somebody else, or you can save it. If you are in a laptop, you can save it to use USB, and you can have a lot of information, selected by you according your plans in Quito in this case. The other new feature that we have is the destination ratings. You're going to see that on the main page, the things that you are looking now, place La Ronda, for example, can be rated by the users. Somebody can see more and also can rate. If he likes to see something, or if he are already in town, they can choose and rate the destination as I am doing right now. I am putting to this place 4 stars. And with that, what we have is we are getting a lot of information from the customers, because we know what is the main things that they are like in our website and in town. And also very helpful for us, because the people, when they rate, or there is a place with the higher ratings, that places, or that areas, or that museum or activity is going directly to the main pages, the main page of the website.
Now, one second.
So,
Now, 1 second. I like this idea a lot, and I've seen this. You've been doing this now for what, 6 years. Is there a way on that page that we see how many people have rated? Or
no, yet. That is our new stage. Our idea is, because if you let me choose something. Okay, let me choose Centro Histórico, the historic center, for example. When we choose the historic center, which is one of the most or the must places to visit in Quito, we can have like a couple of options. In the left hand, you're going to see like the main menu. This menu of different places are selected by the people. Of course, that we make a previous selection of places, but the order of these places is because that the people, the user of the website, decide to put it there. So let's see, for example, La Iglesia La Compañía de Jesús, the Company of Jesus Church. You select the church. There, I'm going to select, I'm going to rate it. It's with 5 stars. So depending the number of people that are selecting or rating with the highest score this church, for example, that church is going to appear in the first places on the main website. Our next stage is use the rating La Compañía. We have one comment here. Jaime Espinosa Perez, he said 4 months ago, every churches are a wonder, but the company is led us with the open mouth.
so 1 second, Patricio. I think when you're typing, I think we do not hear you. But what are we seeing on your page?
It just started to rain here in Quito, so we have like a rain noise on the micro. Okay. At the bottom of the website, we have create not just the rating area. We have that on the top, but
It's
also
a jaw-dropping
comment.
destination you have there.
Yeah. So the people can put their thoughts and comments and review about La Compañía of of Jesus, the company of Jesus. That is the other important part. The people can collaborate with that through their thoughts. They can recommend and they can recommend like a review and share that with some other people. You can see that all the time when you are navigating the website. On the right hand, you also have the social media going with you, because we want that the people also can share that. You can see the symbol to share something. So Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and the email are always together according you are navigating, so you can share that with some other people. And some other of the features that we have is the essential information of Quito. This is like a brief information that you're going to see on the right hand of the website. You can see there is like a list of things that you need to know. General information from the city, a map that you can download in a PDF, download into your computer or mobile device. We have the touristic quality, the distinction queue, which is the best businesses that are working in quality, the best businesses recommended by Quito Turismo, some important information about the airport, transportation, how the people can move in Quito, some digital material, I mean that we have maps or brochures in digital way, and an access to the to our application that is working for iPhone. What we have in the essentials area is some offers and promotions that we have in Quito during these days. That could be the main feature that we are showing in our website. And the last thing that is also new is that since Ecuador is working in a main campaign called All You Need is Ecuador.travel, we put that on the top of the website. So for us, it's very important to connect the main campaign of Ecuador with the Quito website. So that's why we put it on the top, the Ministry of Tourism campaign, All You Need is Ecuador. So the people, if they click over there, is going to that website with information, with general information of the country.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's it. I don't know if you have a...
I sure do. Enrique, do you have any questions?
Well, no, I've been very in touch with the page.
If you have any comment, any complaint, any review, you are more than welcome.
Okay, Enrique, any other comments? What do you see on this site?
Well, I have been very up to date with the pages, and this one that is brand new, I think that it has good things. One of the questions maybe that I have is, how many people are working as community managers to track all the things in the social networks and on the page?
The question was for me, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Please, Patricia, how many people are...
How was the last part, Enrique? Could you
that,
repeat?
That I was telling that I have been seeing all the pages, and they are brand new. They are good design. They have good design and pictures and everything. I want to know how many people are working behind social networks. If you have a special team to do it, what are the positive aspects and what are the difficulties that you have?
Okay, was a very good question because at the beginning, until the last year, the website area was under the marketing area, and now we made some changes in our organization. We have a communication department, and the communications departments, together with the marketing area, are in front, digamos, or behind, sorry, behind of the website. What does mean? That all the information that we get from customers, users, markets come from the marketing area, but all the strategies are designed from the communication departments. In the communication departments, we have like a webmaster, we have a community manager, and we have some other professionals in communication that help in the strategy area. So it's very hard to put the website uh, um, duty or the website work in just one department. For us now, all the digital strategy is more transversal in the organization. But the main departments involved in this is the communication department together with the marketing department. They are like a big committee or like a big force where you have a specialists from the communication area together with specialists from the marketing area. They are together and they are define all the strategies. Now we are, we are working in the content of the website, and for us the content is very important, has to be designed in a editorial way, so can be very easy to understand, to reach the people, but also the content has to have those keywords and tags that will allow us to be found through especially to the Google, as you know, all the CEO strategies. And now for us it's very important not just to have meta tags behind the website. For us, it's how you put some keywords in the content, in the words and the phrases and the that we show on the website.
Okay. Let me be specific on some of the questions. Do you have who answers the Flickr or the Twitter or the Facebook accounts?
Okay, the communications department. But in terms of in Facebook, we have 3 different Facebook pages. We have a Facebook page in German, a Facebook page in English, and a Facebook page in Spanish. What we have 3 face pages. We have, we have dealing with this for 2 or 3 years. If the main question was, do we have to have like one Facebook page for each country that we are getting there? Probably if we are a big organization with a lot of people behind, probably yes, maybe we have to do it. But now, according to our capacities, we decide to just put it in three languages. One of the languages, the German, is for the German and Austrian market. And those, the English and the German pages are managed by our PR companies in those markets in coordination with our marketing and communication department in Quito.
Okay, and the Twitter account?
The Twitter account, we have just one Twitter account now, and we used to post some Twitters in English and some Twitters in Spanish. We haven't decided yet if we have to have a different account. And we have, sorry, I forget, we have 2 accounts, sorry. The first account is for all the promotional activities, and we have an institutional Twitter account, Quito Turismo, and that is more institutional from people who wants in Quito, citizens in Quito, companies in Quito that want to tell us something about the city right now. For example, or for a tourist who wants to share something right now and is in Quito. For example, that, I don't know, the museum is closed. They can send us that to our institutional Twitter so we can react very fast and call the museum to be open. The institutional account is for institutional issues, and the other Twitter account is for promotional purposes. And that promotional purposes we used to post messages in English and messages in Spanish.
My favorite, Spanglish.
Yeah, we can say Spanglish, yes.
I want to show you I want to show you this screen share. I want to show you this screen share, and I think you know the background of this. There was I mentioned one of you posted on Twitter that showed that Quito Turismo was number 12 on the top brands, Twitter brands in Ecuador. So it seems to be used quite a lot by people in Ecuador.
Yeah.
If you can see that, number 12.
Yeah, I think that was a publication from a marketing news magazine called Mark, I think, or something like that. They published that like a couple of weeks ago. We are very happy, but sometimes for us it's not just to have a lot of followers, but the influence that we can have over those followers for us is more important. And I think now, in general, the social media is also measured by the influence that you can generate in your followers or your fans.
I'd agree. I mean, one of the things, you know, I would like to develop or see is some sort of ranking of different city and national tourism portals on the basis of how engaged they are with others. Not only who's following them, but to what degree the city or the national tourism portal, for example, retweets or answers. Because that's my number one criticism of most tourism promotion. And I think Ecuador does it differently. But the criticism is that when people have a question and they post it to Twitter, you know, usually silence is the response. So people who have a question about a museum being open or if what the weather is or anything, you know, again, it's a practical question. Instead of acting as a concierge, the tourism portal instead acts as like a circus barker, just with their bullhorn announcement system. And you know that just doesn't cut it these days on the social web. I do have one other question again for the people who are interested in the behind the scenes aspects of the Quito tourism website. Is there a place that we would find media releases or tourism statistics about tourism in Quito?
Yeah, actually, I was forgetting to show you that on the top of the website, it's not ready now, but if the people check the website, on the top there is a word that says turismo or tourism. We are going to create a section where the travel industry, the media, can go and find special content of our website, press releases or newsletter. So right now we are working with that. Our idea now is that the people can sign in those sections, get into the section. If you're a media, you're a journalist, or you're a blogger or something, you can get information related to that. Use some photographs, some special content, and you can you know, create, that could be useful after you finish your press trip in Quito and need more information to have like a article or something like that, or before to have before to go to Quito in order to decide that you're going to Quito and you need information from the city. And also we are going to have a section for travel agents, travel industry in general. So we are going to have a special content for people who wants to take some, paragraphs or ideas that they want to use it in their websites, photographs that they want to publish in their websites, or information that they want to use it with their customers, their websites or any digital channel. So that is going to be ready by in 2 or 3 months. We are just creating the section with that information. So our idea is that once you sign in that section and you put that you are a journalist or a travel expert, you are going to not just get in the information, but also you are going to start receiving our newsletters and press releases, every week or every 15 days.
I guess what I'd be most interested in as a journalist and as a person who writes about Quito and Ecuador is to not receive the newsletters, but to have access to them as an archive. And second,
okay,
I'd like and again, whether it's you have that available or not, I'll make it as a query. But second, I'd like to have the statistics. How many people are flying in, or do you have profiles? To what degree do you have the foreign independent traveler? Or to what degree is national tourism of value in Quito? Right now I have no idea of how busy or not busy Quito is right now.
It's a very good suggestion. Actually, we have that information. It's just in Spanish, but it's in our institutional website, quitoturismo.gov.dc. But this information that we put it is in Spanish, is technical information, but it's a very good suggestion that we can create information into English and put it in a special access for journalists or travel industry. That could be a very good suggestion. We haven't think that in before, and thanks, Ron. I think we can do it. We can have that information on our website.
If the links already exist on another website, feel free to post a link directly in the Hangout. I honestly think that people, I'll say this in English, that people should be forced to communicate in Spanish if they're dealing with Ecuador. So if you have information and the statistics in Espanol, that's fine. But the question again is, where is it and how do we locate it?
Yeah, good idea. Let me. I have here the link, so I'm going to put into the chat.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. That's the question. That's the nice or an awful thing about Google. They give you 10 different options of where to put the information, but put it somewhere and we'll find it and recycle it as good environmentalists. There we are.
There is. I don't know.
I got it. Let me. And again, this is hello, tourism nerds. I would have to say that there's a good spread of people who are interested in general tourism tips who are looking at Planeta and the stuff that I do, and then quite a few people who are, the consultants and the journalists. So let's show them. Here's the screen share. So where would I find the statistics on the statistical site? Is it as simple as descargar estadísticas?
Yes, that one. Then you're going to find some PDF. So we have the main figures of Ecuador, the main figures of Quito, and some other figures that the people can use it. For example, the figures that we received from the airport in Quito, how many passengers are landing in Quito and how many passengers are take off from Quito.
And this is compiled on an annual basis?
What?
Is this, so these statistics are compiled on an annual basis?
It's monthly basis and annual basis. So also the people can see every month what happened in Quito, but we have a resume of the whole year. And also we have information about what happened with the hotels, the hotel occupancy rate, and also how the rates in the hotels are doing. And also there are some a couple of main motivations are the profile of the visitors of Quito, the international visitor of Quito.
Where would I find the profiles?
In the main principales indicadores de Quito.
Okay, I see it. Oh, this is very helpful, and we'll add the links to the video here. Very helpful.
That could be a good idea to link it to our promotional websites. So yeah, the people can see also what happens in town.
Well, at the very least, I can add the link from the Quito Wiki on Planeta, but I guess the question, for the institutional promotional site is certainly kind of giving some sort of a link or a toolbox for people who are interested in the nitty-gritty statistical overview. But if it's more of a promotional and a weekly calendar, that's up to you folks if you think it's of interest to people.
Write down that, so probably we're going to do something with that suggestion.
I want to do one search with you and go back to the Quito website. And Enrique, again, if you have comments, questions, please jump in. But if I go to the Quito website, I'm going to see if I can share this screen with you. There we are. Here we are. Let's just say that I'm interested in the local markets, which of course I am. I would just search for market.
Yes, mercado, market, yeah.
And the only market I see would be the crafts market in La Mariscal.
Yeah.
But where would I find? I know you have food markets. You tweeted about it this week. But where would I find it?
You mean markets in different parts of the city, outside the city, in the surroundings, or?
In the city, where can I eat at a local downtown market?
Yeah, you have two ways to do that. The first way is what do you want to visit. On the top of the menu, there is a place called "What to Visit." That is like the geographical section where you can search. And the other is what to do. What to do, we have also something like, say, shopping, for example, or and then you are going to have some activities related to shopping, handicrafts, markets, etc.
And then, if I can't find this food market here, what's the best way of getting you a suggestion or a critique that's helpful?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I have like a noise in my...
No problem. Again, I'm not seeing like where to eat at a downtown market. And my question is, well, is there a place to provide feedback? Is there a place to provide feedback?
Okay. Since probably you can, website in English is not ready, so probably you look it now in Spanish, Mercado, or something like that, you are going to find that information. We are still putting information in English. That's why the main reason probably you don't find specifically some information, but in Spanish it's already completely. So
I'm not seeing under Mercado either. But my bigger question is this, not to call you out on this question, but
But
what's the best way of providing you some feedback? Hey, I want to find this information and I'm not finding it. Do I tweet you this question or do I put it on Facebook? What's your preference?
okay, that's why we create this comment area in all the places and sections that we have in the website. So, for an instance, if you go to the what to do or what to visit, probably in that section, at the bottom of the section, you are going to find a place where you can put a feedback. For example, thank you for the information, but I don't find the Mercado La Floresta, or I don't find the Otavalo market, Indian market, and then we generate a question that is received by our area, and then we start to look for that.
Okay, I'll try. I'll give that a try the next time. And although it is, again, it is hard. What do I want to say? It's hard to post a comment about something that you don't know if it exists or not. In this case, if you're looking for something specific and it's not there, okay, I can understand you can post that. But the other question is, well, does this exist? Can I rent a bicycle? Where would I find a Quechua language bookstore? Where do I don't know the name. I don't know if it exists.
Yeah, we have another way that is also interesting. It's when you make with you in the what to visit and what to do, and you put that in the section. Let's put the section shopping. You're going to find like a tags appear. The shopping section it will explain what mean in the shopping section, but just below that paragraph, you are going to find like a kind of tags with keywords. For
Hmm.
example, you have paintings, art, handicrafts, shopping, school of art, gastronomy, and from that keywords, you can also click on in those keywords and find something more specific. Let me let me see if I can show you something. Okay, I want to share my here, for example, if the people can follow me. For example, I going to check, for example, in Spanish. I'm going to do in Spanish compras, shopping in English. Then we have the compras section, um, and then you have how the compras, what is compras or what shopping means, and just below you see the icon of keywords. For example, our artesanía, that means handicrafts. You can, for example, click there,
Handicrafts.
and you are going to have extra information or more specific information of that place. For example, La Ronda, which is our street now with a lot of artisans there. Uh, and then you have more, for example, Taller Guayasamín, Tigua, the urban handicrafts, and different kind of workshops or handicraft workshops, and the people can go directly to those places. So that is our idea: put some keywords as a tags where the people can uh, stretch their browse or their research.
Okay. Hmm. Let me ask you a side question. Besides this website, are you folks editing at all on Wikipedia?
Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
Patricio.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
You asked something about Wikipedia, right? Sorry, I have my, for instance, my handout it just freeze.
yeah, I was asking, do you folks edit at all the Quito page on Wikipedia or the Wikipedia travel site?
Ah, okay, yeah. This is our one of the tasks that we would like to work now. We have been doing something, but we haven't had enough time. I know it's very important, but we were trying to put some content in Wikipedia about Quito. I think that the content that Wikipedia, the Quito Wikipedia section is okay, but I think it has to be more I don't know, have to be more storytelling, I think. They have the general information, the historic information is okay, but probably at the end has to be more, experiential content, and it's something that we would like to do. I think that we edit a couple of information there, but there's still a lot of things that we have to do.
I asked that because what one of the conferences that I pay attention to is called NetWe, NETHUI, and it's an annual web conference based in New Zealand. And one of the people who's participating in NetWe this year was asking a number of the institutions in New Zealand, to what degree are you folks editing Wikipedia? And the answer was kind of, well, not really. I have mixed feelings on Wikipedia, but to me, if we can find ways of collaboratively co-creating some of this information, it's going to go out on different outlets. And Wikipedia has such a high search ranking on Google and Bing. It makes sense to pay attention to it. But it's not going to be that narrative, storytelling, experiential kind of site. It's going to be that kind of boring encyclopedia.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, as I told you, I was checking Wikipedia. I normally used to check Wikipedia every, I don't know, every month or something like that. I think that there is a lot of collaboration, that there is a lot of people putting a lot of information of Quito. We have add some content, but you're right. Probably we have to be more aggressive, more active, rather than aggressive, active in Wikipedia, and we can also help some other, people to put more content over there. They probably need, for example, we can share a lot of photographs and contents there. That some of the programs on Wikipedia used to be like 5 or 10 years ago, and probably we can update that and help to update that, and collaborate with some other people, and you know do it like a frequent way. I'm trying to put the most updated information from city that of course that we have it.
What might be interesting when you have time and interest would be to
Hello?
do what might be interesting to do in the future when you have time and interest is to log in on Wikipedia at the same time and edit the page together. On a second note, with Planeta, we have a Quito Wiki page. Adios, Patricio. I'd really like to update the information about the markets. And living in Oaxaca, Mexico, there's this 20-year-old dilemma of, how do we promote dining? Do we promote just the restaurants, or do we promote the markets, or both? And how do we factor this in? And for the most part, the visitor is kind of left, fairly uninformed. When is the market open? What can I get? Quito and Ecuador has a similar abundance of tropical, wonderful food that, of course, just stymies the international visitor. You can recognize the banana, but everything else is like, well, what is that?
Yeah, of course. And I think that that's something that is missing many times, and I see that in Quito maybe is part of the case, is that there is not enough involvement of the enterprise. Most of the most of the site is run by the government, and that's, well, that's what they have to do, the promotion. But one of the key things in social media especially is to create interaction. And, well, people that has to be in the first row to interact with consumers have to be people from restaurants, small hotels, markets, presenting their things, generating conversation. And I see there's a lack of it. That's because many of the times also I think that the business people don't like to get involved. I don't think they're not used to get involved. And if you want to take this page, for instance, a page, this Facebook page of Quito, that nowadays is around 40,000 likes, and you want to take it to big numbers, you need people to contribute with it, and that must be people that manage the attraction, people that manage business related to tourism, and students. Why not? Another kind of people that can support like a continuous growth of the page.
Well, you know, I agree with you completely, Enrique. And you know, one of the best things though about the Quito Tourism Facebook page, at least the one that's linked from the Quito Tourism website, is that it does allow other people to write something on the page. You know, it's not just a bullhorn. It's not just that announcement service. But you know, certainly there should be more engagement. But at least there's room for it. At least you know, I have to give Quito so much credit for at least making the infrastructure available to be interactive. You know, far too many city and national tourism sites don't even offer that. It's again, here's what we're doing, here's what we're doing. But I agree with you completely that we need more input from locals. But you know, living in Oaxaca, Mexico for 10 years and having, you know, just good friends run restaurants, run hotels, offer crafts, etc. It was just such a difficult chore to get them to understand how to interact and do different things on the web.
Yeah.
They would create Facebook profiles instead of Facebook pages, or they would offer Wi-Fi but not figure out how to check in or claim their place on Google or Facebook or whatever. And how we get to this point of offering that sort of education for locals, you know, that to me is the vital next step. But you know, it's by no means easy.
Of course, and I think that's the key point nowadays, because when you check TripAdvisor or Booking or all those sites, what people want there is to read what other people say about something. It's very interesting for me when I travel with my family. If I go to TripAdvisor, I check that place, and it's very, very appreciated that someone that went before with his family told me what is good to do or what is not good to do there. And I think that's something that can be done, the next step. I also agree that now the infrastructure is there, but now it's not just on promotion. We need to go into management, and management is gathering people together, making teamwork, inviting other people, being proactive on other things. And I think that's a nice first step.
You know, as I was mentioning before, what might be interesting, you know, if there's interest from Patricio, would be to say, all right, let's have, you know, one of these internet workshops, and say, all right, you know, in 2 weeks or 4 weeks, let's edit the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or you know, again, have a specific, you know, list of here are 3 things to do. Wikipedia is a good page to start editing, and also to understand the ethics of it. You know, on Wikipedia, you're not allowed to edit a page about yourself or a person you know. And a large number of people, you know, they treat this as what I like to call ego surfing. You know, what information will I find about myself? And let's make yourself out as, you know, this, you know, supreme uber being. But if we can go beyond that, and again, I'm asking, I want the general overview. You know, how busy is Quito these days? Or can you recommend a local market? To me, you know, tourism in the 21st century has to be not just about what to do and where to go, but who to meet. In other words, can we really promote who to meet in Quito? You know, if we had a list of 10 people to meet at the downtown market, then all of a sudden that transformed the experience from checking the box and I've been to this place to having a slower conversation with somebody. And again, I know it's a big ask.
But I think that's the next step, because we have Quito's web page has we had like in 10 years 4 different pages. We try to keep up-to-date technology, images, design of the page. But now I think that the next step is getting this information, making it more social, going down to the concept of 2.0 internet, interact between people, just be less institutional, more friendly, more people to people, than other page.
I'd agree completely with you. I mean, that's one of the best things I know about Quito and Ecuador. I mean, it's such a social country. To see information that's a little bit static or a little bit, you know, institutionalized is kind of a shame. But we can do that, and again, it'll be across different platforms. It's what it is what I like about some of the engagement we see on Twitter, where people are asking and answering questions. You know, you see a certain sense of life there. Can things be better? Always. You know, always. It would be really nice to see not just what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks, but somebody, you know, being able to take some photos or some videos and to show us the street scene. But once you do that, then you make it a little bit less professional, but you make it a heck of a lot more alive.
Of course. And also, from what I see in other pages and in other cities, those that had this connection with contributors from different fields are those that are not into just one point of view, but is a multiple platform that can feel the many interested from tourists.
And just to be clear, so you're saying what you like is when you see different multiple viewpoints expressed?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Because, for instance, if you want to go to Quito's downtown, I think that downtown Quito is not for kids, for example. If you go to downtown Quito with your family and you have kids below 10 years, they're going to bore, because it's more about art, religion, big buildings, guided tours. So it will be nice that when they present me that tour, I have this other view that someone there told me, okay, but this is not for everyone. Kids will be better doing this or another thing.
I think, you know, I agree. I mean, I think I'd like to see it. I don't know where it would be, but, you know, is there a feature or an article about Quito for kids? And, you know, in terms of expressing some tips for family travel, I think that's there are so many options for that. I don't know if you're familiar with Catherine Mack, the writer from Ireland based in London, but, you know, she has 2 kids, and, you know, again, we saw that same ghettoization of responsible travel ecotourism that it,
Mm-hmm.
that for so long it was viewed as, just something that, single people over 20 would enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, but wait, I have my kids with me. Here's the family.
Yeah, of
What do
course.
we do? And I agree completely. There are these different niches that we should be catering to because,
Yeah, don't
you know,
forget that one of the recent niches that marketing people are going to is aunts with no kids. So uh, they're traveling with their nieces, and they need these kind of recommendations. So it's very hard to get up to date right now, and that is why I asked Patricio, how is the team working behind the scenes? Because that's a good starting point to have a page that is running and that can go to step two.
I agree. I mean, all of this stuff, what works or what doesn't work, depends on the resources that lie behind the site. Uh, I want to ask you a final question, Enrique. We're coming up to Indigenous Peoples Week in August, the 4th to the
Mm-hmm.
10th. Uh, for those of us who are interested in Indigenous peoples and tourism, can you recommend any places or people to visit in Quito?
Yeah, of course. There are two that are great and that are very nearby. Let me show you some of it. Um, okay, so I gotta go here, and I'm going to share this one. Okay, this one is the first. It's called Yungiza.
Yungila.
Yung, Yungiza. This is very nearby Quito. It's just a 30 minutes ride from Quito. You go through the middle of the War Monument, and it will be 15 minutes after. It's a community that is devoted to agriculture. They do some things like this, jellos, cheese, also some handcrafts, and they offer two kind of things. One of them is a one-day trip. You go in the morning, and then you have treks and good food, and you have walks within the community and in the surroundings, and also you have lodging in families like here where we're going right now. Lodges within the place and within families that has they have done some special places when you can stay there for a week or so. They have a variety of things that are very, very nice. Something that we don't know about Quito is this part in the rural area that it has a beautiful, uh, jungle vegetation. And this one is a cloud forest. As we can see it here, in Yungija, this is what you will be seeing. And there have fantastic species of animals, birds. Some of them is the spectacle bear that lives around this area. Another place nearby to this one is Santa Lucia. Is a small lodge run also by the community. Is about in the same ecosystem as Yungiza. Very nearby is also a 1 hour trip from Quito, excuse me. And there's plenty of orchids, birds, the spectacle bear, water, rivers, and it has a lot of activities. Also, in Santa Lucia is a very well-known place for volunteer work.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that is something that can be done, and is very nice, very nearby. If you want to go for 1-2 days, is a good compliment.
I'm thinking in Quito proper. if you want, if for those who are interested in indigenous culture, I'm thinking of the Abya Yala Museum.
Yeah, well, there's 2 or 3 museums, and also nowadays there's this local market, which is nearby Hilton Colon Hotel, and it's like a mini Otavalo market within Quito, where you can find a lot of indigenous handcrafts. Couple museums that you can visit. The best one for me is the one in the middle of the world, which is within the structure of the monument, is a museum of all the indigenous cultures in Ecuador. Is a 6 stories museum. So also you can get related to something that in Quito you will see it. Quito is a place where many indigenous are working, walking in the street, so you get a sense that they are within the development of the country.
Agreed, agreed. I mean, it's very pronounced, and one of the objectives for Indigenous Peoples Week, or Semana de los Pueblos Indígenas, is to see how these things play out around the world. Often these things are present, but for a visitor, you're not exactly sure of how to what's the best way to engage or approach these communities.
And I think that's something that now that the platform is working, Quito's promotional bureau has to do. It has to help to visualize these alternatives, tourist attractions and tourist places with communities, with indigenous, that are small places, but I think that they offer an attraction that makes a difference for the tourist that is visiting us.
Agreed, agreed. You know, hay que dar valor a lo pequeño.
Yeah.
Small is beautiful, we say in English.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that we have those things in Quito.
One of my favorite things about your country. It looks like Patricia's not able to join us or coming back, so I think we should wrap it up here. Anything else you'd like to add, Enrique?
No. I think that I'm very glad because of the structure that nowadays we have for Quito's promotion. And I think that we just have to run this idea that I told you of involvement of other stakeholders. We don't have to think that everything has to be done by the local government. If the other stakeholders are not involved, where this page will be just a good platform with not all the activities and the things that we can offer.
Agreed, 100%. Well, we'll see what anything I can do on this side, let me know. I'd like to be one of a multitude of fans of Ecuador and Quito. So.
Oh, that'll be great.
Super. Enrique, stay on the line, but we're going to end this broadcast here. And folks, thank you for joining our Hangout.